a recent issue going on with the APMCs. So, what was the bone of contention? What was the issue between?
So the first bone of contention was the demand of MSP.
What are the reasons for selecting this CISF? Is it the work-life balance?
What is the difference between Naxalism, insurgency?
So Naxalism, Naxalbari was a name of village. The insurgency is armed rebellion within the India.
When and why did you have a change of mind?
I actually done my primary schooling from Army Public School, Babina Camp. So there was always a dream to serve in the forces.
So CRPF is also not completely into Naxalite area.
My first priority will be to prevent any life loss of my Jawans because they are my responsibility.
Don't talk about work-life balance in the first. वो reasonable नहीं है.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Please.
Thank you, sir.
Siddharth. Siddharth, how are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Okay. Siddharth name has a historical significance.
Yes, sir.
You know Gautam Buddha.
Yes, sir.
What else to Gautam Buddha was named as?
Other than Gautam Buddha,
Yeah.
so his name was Siddharth.
Gautam Buddha's
Yes,
name
sir.
was Siddharth. What else was he called?
Sorry, sir. I
Okay.
think I don't know.
There was a recent issue going on with the APMCs.
Yes, sir.
Since your father worked
Yes,
with the APMC. So, what was the bone of contention? What was the issue between the farmers and the government? What are those 3 points? You can go elaborate. Yeah.
So the first bone of contention was the demand of MSP. The three farm laws, as alleged by the farmers, they do not provide the MSP, and if the APMC infrastructure will be removed, then no MSP will be guaranteed to the farmers. This was the major bone of contention, and they were demanding their guaranteed MSP, as there is MSP is many farmers' only source of survival. So the first thing is that, and the second thing is farmers said that if APMC infrastructure will be removed, then there can be exploitations by the money lenders in small villages, and so commercial farming may lead to exploitation of farmers by the big corporates, and they may compel them to sell their lands.
Do you see any commercialization of agriculture in 19th century in India?
In 19th century, sir, there were commercialization by the British businessmen, industrialists, but it was majorly the exploitation of farmers. It was not in the benefit of farmers. But if we see international example, like United States, like United Kingdom, there is large-scale commercialization of farmers, and the farmers are performing well in commercialized area because they have latest access to latest technology, equipments, and all.
Sir.
Hi, Siddharth.
Hello, sir.
My name is also Siddharth. Siddharth, I wanted to ask, what is the difference between Naxalism, insurgency, and terrorism?
Sir, Naxalism, Naxalbari was a name of village from where this left-wing extremism started, from Charu Mazumdar. So this trend was named as Naxalism on a name of town. So insurgency is armed rebellion within the India. For example, the insurgents are in northeastern regions, and their demand varies from independent state to autonomy. And so the third thing you asked,
Terrorism.
so terrorism can be of various kind. For example, there can be cross-border terrorism. There is homeland terrorism. Example being Indian Mujahideens.
Can you name it any specific area where this Naxalism happens?
Sir, Dantewada, Chhattisgarh.
And
So Dantewada, Chhattisgarh, and sorry, sir.
okay, no problem. Recently, since you talked about Dantewada, Chhattisgarh, there was some clash happened recently in the news.
Sir.
Can you talk about that? I'm not aware of that.
Sir,
I've just heard it.
10 district forest guards were blown out through the ID mines.
Who are forest guards?
District forest guards.
Who are district forest guards?
Sir,
Who are district forest guards?
Sir, district forest guards are the forces of the state government. They are there to protect the forest area and to prevent illegal cutting of trees and all.
Okay, yeah, please continue.
So they were they got an information that the Naxals are in some area, and on that tip they go for the counter-insurgency operation. But while they were returning, an IED was blasted out, and 10 Jawans got killed in that incident, sir.
What government has done against it, and specifically to their compensation?
Sir, I don't know about the compensation, but I do know that government has taken action and called the CRPF to extend the counter-insurgency operations in the area.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Hi, Siddharth.
Hello, ma'am.
So, Siddharth, you've mentioned so your educational background is you've completed your bachelor's in electrical engineering.
Yes, ma'am.
BTech. When and why did you have a change of mind? When did you decide to? That's part one of the question. Part two is, how are you going to incorporate your learnings from your degree education into your future career?
Ma'am, first of all, there was I actually done my primary schooling from Army Public School, Babina Cant. So there was always a dream to serve in the forces. So I can say that the dream started a long time back. And talking of how will I integrate my technical knowledge into CAPF. So ma'am, my first choice being the CISF. It is majorly deployed in the industrial area. So in some way or another, I may think that I may apply my technical knowledge in time of emergencies like fire or something else.
Right. Also, you mentioned that one of your hobbies is yoga.
Yes, ma'am.
So yoga what physiological changes happen when one is performing yoga?
I can tell about myself, my personal experience. I was a very anxious person. I used to get I get anxiety very oftenly, but I'm practicing yoga since 2 years for now. Now my anxiety has, I can say that it has reduced to a substantial extent. I am very calm, composed. I can handle challenging situations, and I'm other than that.
That is fine. That was not my question, but I'll try to reframe my question around what you've just answered.
Okay.
So you said it cured your anxiety, it helped you curb it. So what is at the center of yoga? Yoga karte hue, what exactly are you doing with your body? One primary action that the body does while performing yoga.
Ma'am, I close my eyes, sit in a particular position, then I focus between my two eyebrows and chant the mantra.
That is mindfulness.
Mindfulness.
Meditation. Yoga, we are talking. So I was trying to bring it to the point of breathing.
Sorry, ma'am?
Are you aware of the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system in the human body?
I'm not aware of that.
All right, thank you.
So, Siddharth, you mentioned about the Army Public School,
Yes, sir.
right? So, what is the difference between the Permanent Commission and Short Service Commission?
Sir,
And what do you think that Permanent Commission should be there in the forces, or it should be completely replaced by the SSC entries?
So in Permanent Commission, we used to serve till our retirement age 60.
Right.
And in Short Service Commission, we get to serve for 14 years, and then some may get extension also. Sir, I personally think that both Permanent Commission and Short Service Commission are beneficial for the Indian Army, because as an aspirant, as per the demand of the aspirants, he can serve in the Indian forces. For example, sir, if a particular person wants just to serve in the armed forces for experience, for the diversity, he can serve and can get back into the civilian life after 14 years. But in Permanent Commission, an aspirant who wants to dedicated his life to the Indian Army.
Okay, can we bring this agniveer process in the officers' entry also?
Yes, sir. We can bring this agniveer.
So,
in.
what will be the consequences then?
So, there can be both negative consequences and positive consequences. First, I would like to talk about the negative consequence. Negative consequence, sir, can be the decrease in morale of the forces. Like a person who is serving just for 4 years, and when the time will come for supreme sacrifice, he will. It is psychological that he will hesitate.
So, is it happening in nowadays also within the Jawans?
Sir, it is. I don't know about the practical experience, but what I observed, sir, it may happen with anyone. But sir, we have to see the basic purpose for which we are serving the Indian Army. The Indian Army is not a job, sir. It is a dedication to the forces. And even in time of supreme sacrifice, sir, the government has fixed some amount that will be granted to the martyr's family. And also, sir, in agniveer, he is being given a handsome salary. And at the time of his retirement, after 4 years, he is giving Sevanidhi with several skill certificates. And also, sir, he will be getting reservation in many other things also, sir.
What is your opinion on Imran Khan?
Yes,
What do you say about him?
So I think Imran Khan is doing street politics in Pakistan just to gather the public opinion and get back his Tehreek-e-Pakistan into power. And he is undermining the interest of Pakistan.
Okay, okay. Suppose your commander, your deputy commandant is giving you order, right?
Yes,
You feel it that this order shouldn't be implemented because something is there, right? So what plan of action you'll be doing?
So if you can say the exact situation, I can.
Exact
a particular
situation would be
question.
like you are your commandant. He's giving you order. Just go with the your subordinates and kill 4-5 Naxalites.
Yes, sir.
You have to reach to a particular destination which is like 3 to 4 kilometers away, and there the 4-5 Naxalites, they are hiding in village, one particular village. So just kill them. He has given you an order: shoot them and just come back. Get their bodies back. What will be your plan of action?
So first of all, I will analyze the situation, what the situation is. My first priority will be to prevent any life loss of my Jawans because they are my responsibility. If my commander has given me instruction to kill them, there may be some weightage to it. He has given these orders in by extreme way of thinking because there may be some emergency or something else. So I will first try to obey the orders. But if there is very little space for if I see that I can arrest them instead of killing them, and the life of my Jawans are also also not be in danger.
Okay, understood. Right, sir.
So, Siddharth, you're a Goyal, right?
Yes, sir.
So your family is basically into business.
Yes, sir.
Don't you think that business and paramilitary or the armed forces life goes on the on the different sides? Why do you want to join paramilitary forces?
Sir, though I am in Goyal and our caste is prominently being into business, but sir, I come from a place called Babina Cant, and it was a military base from starting. I have been into Army Public School, and since then I have inner consciousness to serve to the nation in uniform. I had admired it for my whole life, sir.
You want to join paramilitary forces just because you are from a army public school, or is there any other?
No, sir. There cannot be a particular reason. My basic purpose behind coming into CAPF is that I will be able to get to the uniform services and serve this nation in my best capacity.
It's often said that it's often considered the northwestern part of India is very much highlighted. The terrorism problem is very much highlighted, northwestern frontier. But on the other hand, we don't look at, we don't pay much heed to the eastern part, the northeastern part, the insurgency issue. First, give me the basic idea how these things cropped up, the insurgency issue cropped up post 1950s. You can be a little brief and tell me what is the difference. Why don't we highlight insurgency issue over the terrorist issue?
Sir, when it took Britishers more than 100 years to acquire the northeastern region, and they governed it mostly as a frontier, as a loose frontier. They never integrated too much into the northeastern sector. So that is why we can say that northeastern people were not able to integrate with the mainland India due to poor connectivity. And post 47, when East Pakistan was created, the land connectivity to India was also decreased. So there was not much integration of the northeast with the mainland India, and due to which the development of northeast has suffered. And we were not able to fulfill the people's aspiration in the northeastern region, though there were many efforts by the government, but they were not able to fulfill all the wishes. And so the other reason can be the resource exploitation in the northeast. So, sir, these all issues combined, and the insurgency northeast has started, and due to sir ethnic and cultural differences.
How do you
in the-
define an ethnic and cultural differences?
Sir, ethnic differences comes from I do not know the exact, but if you may allow, sir, I can guess.
Please.
Sir, ethnicity comes from a geography. For example, if a person, I take my example, I belong to Bundelkhand. I speak different language. I have a different culture. So these all develop into a different ethnicity from all. And if you compare the ethnicity of the northeastern people, there are multiple ethnic groups, and they are very different from the mainland India. And so their integration into the mainland India was not very successful due to the first of all, I already told that the connectivity to the northeast very poor. The Siliguri corridor, 60 kilometer wide. This is the reason.
Sir.
हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, तो आई होप आपको ये मॉक इंटरव्यू काफ़ी ज़्यादा नॉलेजेबल और फ्रूटफुल लग रहा होगा और काफ़ी चीज़ें जो है आपको सीखने को इस मॉक इंटरव्यू से मिल रही होगी। मेरे यहाँ पे आने का कारण बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है, दैट इज़ टू मेक यू रियलाइज कि क्या डिफरेंस होता है उन बच्चों में जिनके पास नॉलेज बहुत सारी होती है, ठीक ठाक पर्सनालिटी भी होती है, लेकिन फिर भी वो 100+ मार्क्स स्कोर नहीं कर पाते। तो ये जो ट्रिक है ये आपको मैं बता रहा हूं ताकि आप इसको सिंसियरली फॉलो करो, 100+ मार्क्स लेकर आओ और अपने पेरेंट्स को प्राउड फील करो और खुद को भी रिलैक्स करो कि बहुत अब स्ट्रगल हो गया है ना जिंदगी में, 2-3 साल का आपने मेहनत तो की होगी यहाँ तक पहुंचने के लिए, तो आप उसको फुल स्टॉप करिए। ठीक है, तो वो ट्रिक क्या है? वो ट्रिक है बच्चों, और इसका सिग्निफिकेंस भी मैं आपको बताने वाला हूं, दैट इज कि टू नो ईच एंड एवरी टेक्निकलिटीज ऑफ द सेंट्रल आर्म पुलिस फोर्सेस, राइट। इसमें मेरे कहने का मतलब है कि जब आपको ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के बारे में हर चीज पता होगी, अच्छा हर चीज का मतलब ये नहीं है कि आप ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अंदर जाएंगे और वहां पे पूछ के आएंगे, नहीं, जो भी ऑफिशियल डेटा है अगर आपको उसकी नॉलेज है, दैट मींस वॉट एवर द आंसर यू विल बी गिविंग टू द इंटरव्यूअर्स वो यूनिक आंसर हो जाएगा। क्यों यूनिक आंसर होगा? क्योंकि इतनी डिटेल में बाकी बच्चों ने सिंसियरली नहीं पढ़ा होगा जितना आपने पढ़ा है। और ये सबसे पॉजिटिव पॉइंट है, सबसे अच्छा पॉइंट है उन बच्चों के लिए जो एक एवरेज पर्सनालिटी, मतलब उनके पास नॉलेज इतनी ज्यादा नहीं होती है, राइट, इतनी ज्यादा फ्लुएंसी नहीं होती कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स में, लेकिन फिर भी दे स्कोर 100+ मार्क्स। रीजन ओनली वन, बिकॉज दे हैव अ कंप्लीट आइडिया अबाउट द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। कैसे बताता हूं, देखिए सेंट्रल आर्म पुलिस फोर्सेस की वेबसाइट MHA की वेबसाइट है, यहां पे फॉर एग्जांपल मेरा फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस CISF होगा, है ना, सपोज कर लीजिए CISF है, तो व्हाट आई विल बी डूइंग इज मैं CISF के अंदर क्लिक करूंगा और मेरे को ये CISF की वेबसाइट खोल जाएगी। बच्चों मैं ना यहां से एक एक चीज आई विल बी गोइंग थ्रू ईच एंड एवरी डिटेल ऑफ CISF। ठीक है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैंने आपने देखा होगा कि एक मैन पावर से रिलेटेड सवाल पूछा जाता है, व्हाट इज द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ CISF। नाउ हियर इज द डिफरेंस। एक स्टूडेंट बोल रहा है सर CISF की जो स्ट्रेंथ है, CISF हैविंग द पर्सनल्स ऑफ 1 लाख to 2 लाख। एक स्टूडेंट वो आंसर दे रहा है, एक स्टूडेंट बोल रहा है इट विल बी अराउंड सर 1,70,000 एंड एक स्टूडेंट ये आंसर दे रहा है कि सर इट इज एग्जैक्ट अकॉर्डिंग टू द ऑफिशियल डेटा ऑफ CISF वेबसाइट इट इज 1,73,355। आप मुझे बताइए कौन सा आंसर होगा जिसमें कॉन्फिडेंस झलकेगा, कौन सा आंसर होगा जिसमें क्लैरिटी ऑफ माइंड झलकेगी, कौन सा आंसर होगा जो ये बता रहा है कि मुझे इस फोर्स के अंदर जाना है बिकॉज आई हैव अ कंप्लीट नॉलेज, आई एम सो क्यूरियस टू नो ईच एंड एवरी फैक्ट ऑफ द CISF, है ना। तो आपका ये जो आंसर है, क्योंकि इट इज गिवन इन ऑन द ऑफिशियल साइट, सो व्हाई कांट वी गिव दिस प्रिसाइज आंसर दैट रिप्रेजेंट योर कॉन्फिडेंस इन फ्रंट ऑफ द SSS? व्हाई कांट वी गिव दिस आंसर, राइट। चलिए, इसके अलावा फॉर एग्जाम्पल अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स आर देयर यार, बहुत सारी चीजें हैं। फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई कैन मैं आपको ये भी गाइड करता हूं कि आप ये सारी चीजें भी देखिए कि अवार्ड ऑफ DG कमेंडेशन, DIG मेडल, लिस्ट ऑफ कैंडिडेट्स जिनको बुलाया गया, तो अच्छा आप लिस्ट ऑफ कैंडिडेट क्यों पढ़ेंगे, है ना। सो इसमें आपने ये सारी चीजें में से फिल्टर कर लेनी है कौन कौन सी इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल किसी भी CISF पर्सनल को कोई अवार्ड मिला, कोई गैलेंट्री अवार्ड मिला, दैट इज इंपॉर्टेंट। यू कैन मेंशन his name in front of the SSRs कि सर because of his उसने जो SOP किया and after successfully performing that SOP standard operating procedure उसको जो है CISF पर्सनल को एक अवार्ड मिला,
राइट तो ऐसे ऐसे यूनिक आंसर्स कैसे बनेंगे, यहीं से बनेंगे. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपसे ये पूछा जाता है कि व्हाट आर द वेलफेयर मेजर्स दैट सीआईएसएफ पर्सनल्स, सीआईएसएफ जो पर्सनल्स के लिए लिए जा रहे हैं बाय द सेंट्रल आर्म पुलिस फोर्सेस, व्हाट आर द वेलफेयर मेजर्स. सो हर कोई ये बोलेगा कि आयुष्मान भारत है, ये सामने दिख रहा है आपको, कहाँ पे दिख रहा है, नीचे आयुष्मान सीएपीएफ बोलेगा बच्चा, है ना. बट a lot of things that are specifically mentioned in this website. बहुत सारी चीजें, संरक्षक का प्रोग्राम है जो आप देख सकते हैं, ठीक है. ई ग्रंथ क्या होता है वो आप देख लीजिए, राइट. a lot of things are there, ठीक है. what is one earth, one family, one future, what is this, है ना. तो बच्चों, I am just commanding you, guiding you to have a complete knowledge about the Central Armed Police Forces individually. अपने नोट्स बना लीजिए, एक एक चीज देख लीजिए. जैसे एक एक चीज देखेंगे आपको और ज्यादा क्यूरोसिटी जागना शुरू हो जाएगी एंड यू विल सी कि आपके आंसर्स में यूनिकनेस आ जाएगी, और वो यूनिकनेस जो है, वो एज जो है, विल गिव यू एक्स्ट्रा मार्क्स इन दी इंटरव्यू, राइट. सो बच्चों, अगर आपको इसी स्टैंडर्ड का इंटरव्यू चाहिए, इफ यू वांट कि हमें इसी स्टैंडर्ड का इंटरव्यू चाहिए, और वी वांट द प्रॉपर गाइडेंस आल्सो, इंटरव्यू गाइडेंस प्रोग्राम हम लोग जो चला रहे हैं, उस इंटरव्यू गाइडेंस प्रोग्राम के अंदर आपको एनरोल करना है. तो मैं आपको प्रोसेस बता देता हूं. आपको सिंपल काम क्या करना है, यू जस्ट नीड टू डू वन थिंग, दैट इज टू मेल अस. ठीक है, आपको मेल करना है और कुछ नहीं करना, दैट्स इट. यू जस्ट नीड टू डू द मेल, राइट. मेल कहां पे करना है वो मैं आपको बता देता हूं स्पेसिफिकली कहां पे मेल करना है. दैट इज मेल योर डैफ डिटेल्ड एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म. इस डिटेल एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म के साथ साथ अपना नाम भी वो कर दीजिएगा. इसको आपने मेल करना है टू CAPF AC मिशन, CAPF AC मिशन @gmail.com, @gmail.com. और मैं आपको बता देता हूं कि हमने 2021 के स्टूडेंट्स के लिए भी काफ़ी बेहतरीन तरीके से इंटरव्यूज कंडक्ट किए थे, और उनके रिजल्ट्स भी आए, और अभी जो है आपके लिए हम जुट चुके हैं. तो आपने काम क्या करना है, अपना जो डैप है और अपना जो नाम है वो आप इस मेल आईडी पे भेजिए. दैट इज CAPFAC mission @gmail.com. क्या है, CAPFAC mission @gmail.com, @gmail.com. ठीक है. सो आई होप आपको ये चीज जो है बहुत फ्रूटफुल लगी होगी, एंड अब आप कंटिन्यू रखिए अपना मॉक इंटरव्यू. थैंक यू. जय हिंद.
Okay. What's the expand form of APMC?
Sir, what?
APMC.
Achha, sir, Agriculture Produce Market Committee.
Okay. You mentioned about Babina Cant.
Yes, sir.
Can you define what is cantonment? What is cant?
So,
I don't know. Okay.
So, cantonment is the predominant army area in which Indian Army resides. Sir, if you trace the history of cantonment, it goes back to the 1857 revolt, when I think pre-1857 revolt, when British was developing its colonies. It has created separate area for the living of Europeans and created a cantonment to protect it from the Indian civilians.
Okay. You come from Jhansi.
Yes, sir.
What's special about Jhansi?
So there are many things special about Jhansi.
Can you name any 3 important reasons?
Sir, region or people?
Reasons.
Achha,
Why
okay.
Jhansi you think?
So first of all, our queen Manikarnika, Jhansi ki Rani. Our Jhansi has 31 forts. Secondly, sir, our Jhansi has distinct food and culture, which you will not find, I think, over the expenses
31
of it.
forts.
Yes, sir.
What kind of forts?
So there are various forts. Actually, not in Jhansi. I was talking about the whole of Bundelkhand.
Okay.
There were 31 forts and Jhansi ki Rani, and near Jhansi, sir, there are many places.
Okay.
For example, we have Orcha, we have Datia, we have Mata Tila Dam.
What role Jhansi has played during the revolt of 1857?
So Jhansi was center of the 1857 revolt. So the soldiers arrived at the Rani Mahal and asked for her to join the rebellion, and Rani joined the rebellion. But unfortunately, Hugh Gross has suppressed the rebellion.
All right, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. So, Siddharth, what is Hindi our mother language, national language, official language?
No,
What-
ma'am, Hindi is official language, not national language.
It is not the national language,
No,
it
ma'am.
is the official language. What is the difference between Hindi and Hindustani?
Hindustani is language which contains many languages. Also contains words of Urdu, words of Hindi, and many other languages. Hindi is particularly Sanskritization version of Hindustani.
Right. So we do use a term for it, register, if you've heard of it. In Hindustani as a whole language, there are various registers, Urdu being a
Yes.
register, Hindi being a register. Do you understand registers
No,
in
ma'am,
linguistic terms?
no, ma'am, I don't.
So what is the reason? So it's very interesting to note that when, in the Indian forces, whichever forces we take up, people from all corners of India, they come, they join these forces, and then,
Yes,
they
ma'am.
serve this one great nation being Mother India. And then, they kind of drop their linguistic differences and the cultural and state differences. But at the same time, ironically, India as a nation being so culturally and linguistically diverse, somehow we haven't been able to incorporate, like you just mentioned, we haven't been able to consolidate or incorporate, all the various diversity, into one central mainland. A lot of many states, many people, many social groups, they feel excluded from the mainland or from the government policies per se. A lot of people, they do not consider Hindi to be, even worthy of being called the official language or whatever, or national language, whatever. What reason has been there? Where has the Indian government failed in incorporating the diversity of India?
Ma'am, I think the strength of India is unity in diversity. And though Indian government has tried its best to accommodate all the differences. For example, the Ali Faisal Committee, which has created Indian states on linguistic basis. So, on a larger extent, we are able to accommodate the differences, and English being the link language, hence has somewhat helped in integration of southern states or non-Hindi speaking states into the mainland India. But I think the major area where Indian government may lag behind is development. There are many regions which are more developed than others. This created a feeling of discontent among the people from least developed states. So I think if such issues can be resolved, then we can become a flourishing democracy with multiple diversities.
Don't you think by dividing states based on linguistic differences, we're actually creating these artificial boundaries which at first place never existed?
No, ma'am. I understand your point, but ma'am, I would like to differ. By creating the linguistic states, we accommodate the differences. We have highlighted this, that they are part of India and all their differences will be accommodated within.
Aren't we reiterating the differences by dividing states based on linguistic differences?
We follow the salad ball approach. We accommodate all differences, and in a salad ball, like there are many salads in your plate. It is just like that, ma'am.
There's a real theory, cultural studies theory internationally that is recognized. It's
Yes.
not salad bowl. What is it called?
I remember it as salad ball theory because it is easy for me to remember it.
Melting pot theory.
A melting pot is different.
What is melting pot?
Melting pot, in melting pot, you put all the vegetables and all, and you build and you bring homogeneity. But in salad ball, you identify the differences and accommodate them. There is no need to, for example,
To fuse two
to
different
fuse
sections
different.
together. Right. Okay. I stand corrected. Thank you. Okay. My just a short question. What is the difference between Naxalism and Maoism?
Ma'am, Naxalism and Maoism are both same. As I said, that Naxalbari was a name of village in West Bengal from where this Maoism has started. And due to its origin in the Naxalbari, the left-wing extremism movement in India known to be as Naxalism.
Okay, Siddharth, my question to you is that your CISF is your first preference, right? So, and second is SSB, and you have done your engineering, right? So, majority of engineers and who have given their civil services also, they prefer CISF over other forces. What are the reasons for selecting this CISF? Is it the work-life balance?
Yes, sir, you are correct. It is
Okay.
majorly the work-life balance,
Mhm.
due to which many aspirants select CISF as first preference.
What about yours?
Sir, mine too, the work-life balance was the major reason. And the second reason I considered is my familiarity with the forces.
Mhm.
Because my college was in Noida, so I used to commute to Delhi through the metro, and I get to interact with the CISF on regular basis.
Okay, anything apart from this?
No, sir. But apart from this, sir, as UPSC has given me choice, so I have given these preferences. But other than that, any force being allocated to me, I will be more than happy to serve in that.
Okay. So, you know about this that initial 8 years, you might serve in the Naxalite areas also,
Yes.
right? In some of the attached battalion of CISF. You might be serving in some northeast insurgency areas also, and you might stay away from your family for n number of months or years. So what do you say about it? Your first point is work-life balance. You will not going to get a good work-life balance in CISF also.
Sir, it is no problem. I already said it that my basic purpose is to serve the nation. So UPSC has given me choice, so I preferred CISF. But even if in CISF, the CISF is also serving in the red corridors, like protecting the bauxite mines and the coal mines, I will be more than happy to serve in that.
Okay.
But as a choice, I got to choose the forces.
Okay, when CISF got this responsibility to provide the security to the private corporate establishment?
Sir, I think it is, I don't know the exact year, but if you may allow, I guess.
Just go ahead.
Sir, I think between 2015 or 2018.
Okay. 2008, post Mumbai attack.
Post Mumbai attack.
Yes. What is Sun Rakshika, Mission Sun Rakshika?
Sir, sorry, sir, I don't
No
know.
idea, na?
No idea.
Okay. So, tell me something regarding the BSF. What are the Creek Crocodile Commandos?
Sir, sorry, sir, I don't know about that.
No idea, right? So, what are Ninja Commandos?
Ninja Commandos are the specialized force of the CISF, sir.
CISF.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what consultancy services that CISF provides?
The CISF is providing consultancy services to the private security establishments to increase their capabilities and supplement the CISF in.
Do they charge?
Yes,
for
sir,
this?
government charges.
Okay. Right. Done from my side. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Siddharth, let's begin with your feedback now.
Yes, ma'am.
So, number one, I think as you entered, I could feel your breathlessness. There was a sense of breathlessness. आप योगा करते हो या मेडिटेशन करते हो? मुझे क्लियर करो.
दोनों करता हूँ. अनुलोम विलोम मैं योगा करता हूँ
हाँ.
एंड मेडिटेशन दैट माइंडलेस
ठीक है. और दोनों में सेंटर है ब्रीदिंग
Breathing
कंट्रोल करते हैं. जब बॉडी स्ट्रेस्ड होती है तो आपका सिंपैथेटिक नर्वस सिस्टम ऑन होता है. ब्रीदिंग कंट्रोल करके आप पैरासिम्पैथेटिक शुरू कर देते हो, जो साइकोलॉजी में जिसको सीबीटी थ्योरी भी कहते हैं, है ना, कॉग्निटिव बिहेवियरल थ्योरी. आपने यहाँ उसको इस्तेमाल नहीं किया.
Yes, ma'am.
तो मतलब I could see you in your elements, you know, at a later part in the interview, but then initially I could see your breathlessness. So थोड़ा उसको कंट्रोल करना है. ठीक है, नंबर वन. नंबर टू, क्योंकि वो ब्रेथलेसनेस थी, उसकी वजह से आपकी बॉडी में और सिम्टम्स आ रहे थे एंग्जाइटी के. सो इनिशियली आई कॉट यू रोलिंग योर टंग ट्वाइस और थ्राइस. यू वर रोलिंग इट ऑन योर लिप्स. हाँ, ये एंग्जाइटी का another sign.
And just one point. Expect more questions, difficult questions from your meditation and yoga, because वो चारों पांचों लोग जो होते हैं वो वही कर रहे होते हैं.
Right.
है ना?
Absolutely.
वही कर रहा.
So the psychological implications, the physiological ones, the asanas, you have to be well versed with them. Also maybe the history of yoga, how it comes. So all of that. Finger tapping. So किसी भी interview में your hands, you have to rest on your knees, relaxed. या तो आप अपने हाथ को उठा के ही फिर अपने एक्सप्रेशंस बनी करिए, या फिर वो पड़े ऐसे नहीं हो सकते. वो टैप कर रहा था और वो बीच का कुछ नहीं. That's not how it works. You cannot do that.
It will catch the attention.
Attention. Also, this shows anxiety. This shows anxiety. Number third, I felt that there was too much of erratic readiness in you to answer to every question, and because of that, you never paused. As soon as the question is posed to you, like rat, you were just blurting out the answer. Because of that, at many points बीच में हो रहा था. End में वो correct हो गया था, but beginning में वो I think 60% of the interview वो आपका चला है, तो वो वाली दिक्कत है. कुछ जगहों पे आपको नॉलेज अच्छी है और वो आपका बैकग्राउंड भी डेफिनेटली उसको जस्टिफाई करता है, वो सब बढ़िया. बस एक चीज, आपका आंसर जब फ्रेम करेंगे ना इंटरव्यू में, यू हैव टू बी वेरी पोलाइट द वे यू फ्रेम योर सेंटेंसेस. सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल व्हेन आई आस्क्ड यू कि आपका क्या कहते हैं, जब वो आर्मी वाला बैकग्राउंड जब आपने बताया, डिग्री वाली जब हम बात कर रहे थे, तो आपने फिर ये बोला कि वो जो बिगिनिंग थी वो थोड़ी impolite थी,
Impolite.
slightly
फिर
borderline
मैंने
to
आई बेग टू डिफर,
politeness.
मैं समझ गया था कि मैंने नो मैम बोल दिया.
वो हाँ वो थोड़ा सा उसको मैम I beg your
आई बेग योर
pardon,
पार्डन.
I beg your pardon,
वो
but
इंस्टेंटली मैं समझ गया था कि गलती कर दी मैंने जैसे नो बोला.
थोड़ा सा ना वो सेंटेंसेस का फ्रेमिंग आप देखिए
Yes,
बस
ma'am.
उसको बस वो कोई इंटरव्यूअर आपसे अगर इरिटेट हो गया ना उस पॉइंट पे वो बहुत दिक्कत
बहुत
हो
हाँ
जाएगी उससे।
दिक्कत हो जाएगी.
जी मेरी तरफ से इतना है बाकी
तो सिद्धार्थ, कैसा रहा आपकी तरफ से?
सर मैं अभी मतलब बेस्ट तो नहीं था सर, लेकिन जितना मतलब
आपको लगता है बेस्ट नहीं था?
नहीं सर बेस्ट.
This is your first interview, mock interview?
Yes sir, this is my.
This is your first mock interview?
Yes sir.
Okay, you haven't given anywhere?
No sir, I currently I haven't given anywhere.
Okay, okay. तो उसी के हिसाब से फिर बताएंगे आपको.
जी सर.
So थोड़ी सी और मेहनत की जरूरत है,
जी सर.
because this is personality interview, and what we are watching your personality. When it talks about personality, it comes your way of speaking, way of communicating, way of your expression and your body language.
Body language.
यही सब बात होता है. ज्ञान तो आप दे के आ चुके हैं,
Yes sir.
right? So जैसा कि मैम ने बताया और आई थिंक सर लोगों का भी फीडबैक होगा. So सवाल खत्म नहीं हो रहे थे, जवाब तुरंत शुरू.
So,
It's like कि
eagerness.
हाँ, we totally understand that you wanted to go for CAPF.
Yes.
वहाँ पे तुरंत देखते ही शूट करना है, लेकिन यहाँ पे आपको you have to wait and grasp that question first
Question first.
and absorb that question and then deliver.
Deliver.
आपने मैम को, मुझे भी और सर को भी आपने कहा कि फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल हिंदी में ही होगा. अच्छा है, पहले तो ये
हाँ,
समझो.
पहले तो मैं बताऊं.
पहले मैं बता रहा हूँ, आप रुको, ठीक है. एंड दूसरा है लिसन फर्स्ट. कुछ ऐसा मतलब आप ये है कि आप सुन नहीं रहे थे पहले, आप जवाब देने के लिए ज्यादा
उतावले.
हाँ, समझ गए वो, ठीक है. मैम को तुरंत नो मैम, यस मैम.
मैम तो सर जैसे मैंने जैसे मैं बहुत कॉशियस होके चल रहा था यस 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 करके, मैम ने जैसे ही सवाल मेरे अंदर से जैसे नो निकला, मैं उस टाइम पे रुक गया कि फिर मैंने पार्डन किया कि मैम आई बेग टू डिफर.
Yeah, because that was very explicit. एकदम no मैम. Simultaneously जब आपकी conversation मैम के साथ हो रही थी about the melting pot and एक और जो salad bowl था, I found that was on your part very casual. like कि हाँ दोस्त बात कर रहे हैं उस टाइम पे. तो ये इनकी चाल हो सकती है, ये हमारी चाल हो सकती है, सर की चाल हो सकती है, but you have to be very conscious about it. Okay? इन सारी जो फीडबैक्स हैं ये सब आप फीड करके रखिएगा. Since this is your first mock interview, तो you've got very bright future. You're very young यार. ठीक है, मतलब you have to go, करना है हमें, ठीक है, you will do it. What I believe, and that's it.
सिद्धार्थ, see, ठीक है, it was your first interview, तो इतना ज़्यादा expectation नहीं है कि सब कुछ पता होना चाहिए. बट द पॉइंट इज कि आप इस प्रोसेस के अंदर काफी लंबे टाइम से हैं, राइट? इफ यू से वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस इज योर फर्स्ट रीजन फॉर सिलेक्टिंग चूजिंग द CISF, ये ब्लंडर है. वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस कहाँ से मिलता है? आप देखिए AIR 1 जो है चिराग गर्ग, ही इज सर्विंग इन नक्सलाइट एरिया, है ना
सर. इस पे वो था कि मतलब मैंने ये बोला था पहले कि मेरा यही था कि मैम CISF भी वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस नहीं देता है, वो भी रेडी कॉरिडोर्स में सर्व कर रहा है, नक्सलाइट एरियाज में सर्व कर रहा है. बट द काउंटर केम, आई वाज डिस्कसिंग इट विद माय फ्रेंड्स, व्हाट अबाउट द परसेंटेज? CISF इज मेजरली बैलेंस्ड देन अदर फोर्सेस. तो एट दैट मोमेंट माय माउथ वाज जस्ट शट अप कि इसके आगे मैं उसको काउंटर कैसे.
व्हाट वाज द परसेंटेज? तो वैसे तो CRPF इज आल्सो नॉट इनटू कंप्लीटली इनटू नक्सलाइट एरिया.
सर डिप्लॉयमेंट का परसेंटेज कि टफ सिचुएशन में किसकी परसेंटेज कितनी ज्यादा है.
नहीं, CISF की भी ज्यादा है. सो वील डिस्कस इट आफ्टर दिस. मैं आपको ये कह रहा हूँ, डोंट टॉक अबाउट वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस इन द फर्स्ट, वो रीजनेबल नहीं है. सेकेंड थिंग इज फेमिलियरिटी विद द फोर्स. ठीक है, बट उतना मजेदार नहीं लग रहा है आंसर जितना होना चाहिए, बिकॉज दिस इज समथिंग जो मास्टर स्ट्रोक होता है ना, एक 6 मार दिया और वो दिल पे लग गया चेयरमैन पे और वो आपको सिलेक्ट करेगा, तो वो ये सवाल होता है, राइट? और इसके बाद यू आर स्टेटिंग द सेम थिंग कि जी मेरे लिए तो सब कुछ सेम है, आई डोंट केयर अबाउट दिस, वो सब बोलेंगे, बट वो ऑप्शन नहीं आना चाहिए ना, ताकि आपको कॉन्ट्राडिक्शन करके आपको कुछ ना कुछ ऐसा मत लेकर आइए. और मैं बोलूंगा कि एज इट इज योर फर्स्ट इंटरव्यू, सो मैं इतना ज्यादा नहीं बोलूंगा, मैं सिर्फ इतना बोलूंगा कि आप ज्यादा से ज्यादा टेक्निकल जो फोर्सेस का एस्पेक्ट है उसके ऊपर पढ़िए, तब जाके रियलाइज होगा कि व्हाट शुड बी योर रियल रीजन फॉर सिलेक्टिंग द CISF, right? Using your academic knowledge in the
Public
future
sector.
prospect जो भी है, तो वो तब आएगा जब आप CISF के बारे में पढ़ेंगे अच्छे से.
So voice modulation, everybody has talked about. The point is, you can choose your words very carefully, and there's a difference between may and can. You see, so I think you must go through that. You know, may I have a word? May I take a moment? May I, ma'am or sir? That makes or breaks a conversation. It's a formal conversation. This is your first interview. It's perfectly fine to go. It's perfectly fine to be nervous. It happens to all of us. It happened to all of us. You know, I can understand how it feels like, you know, when you go across this seat. That's perfectly fine. Nervousness is not an issue, but over excitement is an issue. They know that you are nervous. They have experience of 30 years of taking interviews. So they must be 65 to 70. So they understand. The main point is they will make you understand that I know that you are not comfortable. The whole process, you go to any board. They'll say, beta kya kar rahe ho? Theek thak ho? Aise. They'll ask like this. They'll ask so casual questions. But then they would realize, okay, now his real self is coming up. Sorry, ma'am. Nahi, aisa nahi. No, don't use these words. Your choice of words has to be very precise. Siddharth, Gautam Buddha, Shakya Muni, and Tathagat. This is very Shakya because he was from Shakya clan. हाँ, just to tell you कि तथागत का मतलब है कि जो जिसको चाहिए था वो उनको मिल गया. ठीक है, wanted मोक्षा और निर्वाणा, he got it. ठीक है, झांसी की रानी का पता है, झलकारी बाई उनकी जो वो थी उनका भी पता होना चाहिए. ठीक है, use of may I have told you. Modulation के बारे में ma'am has told you a lot, because God forbid if a lady is there and you use these words, 10 minus. So and you know, what is that lady, ma'am, Sugata Bose ma'am and Sujata Bose ma'am and other lady in the panel. They are very particular. They are like keen to, they watch you like every moment of you, and it's genuinely this thing, it's natural to them. So that's it from my side. I think it's काफी.
एक वो sitting posture में भी आप at a point you were sitting on your heels. आपके पैर पीछे जाते गए और वो आपके नहीं, सॉरी, आगे इस पे टोस पे आ गए थे आपके पैर. हाँ, और वो वी में था तो थोड़ा और अपनी नीज को और पास लाइए और स्ट्रेट करिए. नहीं, इतना खुला नहीं, मतलब थोड़ा नैरो करिए. हाँ, दिस एक पॉइंट पे आप पंजे पे आ गए थे, अपने पैर पीछे पीछे जा रहे थे आपके. वो सब भी नहीं करना है.
Moreover to run है.
Yes, all signs of nervousness.
तो
But that's fine. This is your first. All the very best.
I was posted in Kashmir. So two tenures, 3 years in Jharkhand and 1 year in Kashmir. So I'm from an army background. You see, my father was an army, my grandpa was an army. I'm a total sports boy. Dehradun schooling, you know, whatever. It's everything is going in a sync. But the point is, you know, like sometimes, you know, that's what we were discussing. The point is, you might click there. It might happen that somebody who's a very good candidate might not click. वो दिन की बात है. आप समझ रहे हैं? इतने अच्छे लोग IAS का preparation करते हैं. People don't get it. Whosoever is, it's meant to be there ना. हो जाता है. और CISF में भी, and you know, posters में भी it's like that only. They make a man out of a boy. That's what the quote is. I think I am it.
Yes.
Yeah. So यही है. So ये काफी है.